it keeps that, our motto, like our chancellor's motto with Fletcher is a one-stop shop. She's big on that. And I feel like with this, it's the one-stop platform that we could use and implement, because you're able to get all of these services built into one. It's allowed us in enrollment and advising to mirror one another. So like when they see an advisor, I just jump them and I'll put them in the enrollment little kiosk while they're waiting on their enrollment counselor to check their financial aid. So it's allowed us to really make these partnerships with different departments. And it saves money.
We are definitely a smaller school, so we're able to give that more one-on-one kind of attention to students. And with ConexED, you guys make it possible for us to meet the students where they are versus them having to meet us where we are. So it's really been really amazing to see how this can work. And, you know, then the pandemic hit, right? So then it was really, really needed.
Part of my job is I oversee advising as well as our tutoring center. And so our tutoring center was actually kind of our guinea pig when we were implementing this at first. Was I was like, look, we've never had virtual tutoring before. And so I had my tutoring coordinator at that time work with Nicole very closely to get this implemented. And it changed everything for our tutoring center. Our tutoring center went from having more students on campus to actually seeing more virtual after-hours students. So we went from having an 8 to 4 schedule for our tutoring center to a 9 to 6. So now I have tutors at majority of the times when students are at home doing their homework now, they go, oh, I can actually reach out to a tutor now because they're online through ConexED. So we've been able to get that non-traditional student a little bit more engaged on the college campus because of that.
ConexED has been a game changer for our office. I think the biggest difference that it's made for us, and I come from like a data-driven background, and so for me, anytime that I can track something or look at how something affects us in a positive or negative way, you know, it's a plus. We were looking at our enrollment at the college and how the pandemic affected us in a not so positive way. And coming back onto campus, having a tool like ConexED has really been able to help us get ourselves organized and move forward.
Because I came from enrollment, which is where Trey is at now. And you could walk in and I could give you all the information for enrollment, whereas advising, you need prep. You need to have all the information in front of you in order to really get the student what they need. And ConexED with the intake forms and just allowing a student to make an appointment. It's trained our students now to know, hey, there's an appointment that you have to schedule. You're going to go in, you're going to complete your intake form, and we're actually prepared when they come in versus us just scrounging around, trying to hurry up, look up their account. It's helped us with organization on the administrative side, as well as our students taking accountability for themselves and getting everything they need turned in before they actually meet with us.
I mean, it's actually allowed our faculty to write a whole new faculty policy for their office hours, right? Because of the fact that it can be used to sign documents and all those things. So it has allowed our whole entire campus to, like, I guess, get a facelift in the sense of the word, that the technology and the infrastructure is now allowing us to offer other things outside of your traditional college campus in an effort to meet people where they are.
When my students see me, they don't realize that I am also in this meeting. They don't realize that I'm also the assistant director to someone. They just see me as an advisor. So they don't understand why are there other two advisors always here and Ms. Briana's not. They either think I'm just never at work, or I don't know, maybe they just think I'm lazy, but this has allowed me to keep that transparency to the whole college, because you can access my calendar and see, oh, look, she's actually in a meeting. And it's helped build a trust with our administration.
First week, 2 weeks of school, our enrollment and advising department stays open later, as well as the library. Well, this has allowed some people to have their later hours, right, at home using the platform versus having to stay on campus.
It has a lot to do with the way that they can contact us now. I feel like, you know, having previous years doing things like extended hours, it was because we simply couldn't see everybody who was coming in for us in an 8-hour period and allow everybody to take a lunch break. And so this has allowed students to, like, if we're online and they can just send a chat, because a lot of times it's a simple question and answer. And if they can send a chat from their couch, they're going to do it. Or if they can schedule a meeting for, not have to get here at 7 o'clock in the morning just to meet with somebody, they're going to do it. Or if they can send an email, they're going to do it. And so putting all those things in one place, I think, has allowed us to see like a reduction in foot traffic, but not in a bad way. Because whereas when we used to have an hour and 20 minutes of waiting time, now we can help students via chat in between appointments. We can answer emails in between appointments. We can, actually be able to set up our day by using the meeting function, so that it just allows us to be more efficient.
I do disability services as well, but I do that and I'm a one-man show for that. And it has allowed me to go in and share those accommodation contracts with these students that are ADA compliant. And because after I show them that, it's only between me, them, and the walls. So I do love how confidential everything does stay.
By having ConexED able to showcase our counselors under the departments that they serve, it's been really helpful, because now, any student who comes in and they say they want to study, nursing, we know that their enrollment counselor is going to be Ethan, and then they form a relationship with him and they know him because he's able to further concentrate on studying the nursing curriculums. Before, all his job was to make sure that financially gets put on their account, but now he can know about the admissions requirements for specific nursing programs and really learn those programs so that he can help the students navigate the entire enrollment process. And so it's put a personal touch on it, which I think has taken some of the scariness about financial aid away.
Within the last, 2 years, Trey, we've started the Cultural Values Committee. And, we've mentioned trust, we've mentioned transparency. Those are part of our cultural values here at Fletcher. So it just plays into so much of what we've already promoted across our whole entire college, as far as, just empowering students as a whole to continue on and to show them that we can meet them where they are. It just kind of fits into the direction the college is going. In
today's world, I don't think any college, university, institution is interested in making college any more difficult than it has to be. Students will face enough struggles from the time they enroll in their first class through the 30, 60, 90 credit hour mark. I mean, their coursework is going to be rigorous enough. And I think what I would always push to anybody who's thinking about using the platform is that this has allowed us to take all of the difficult parts of the enrollment process, the advising process out. If we can make just a few things easier, we'll let your schoolwork be the hard part. This has really allowed us to make everything so much more simple and so much more, accessible.